So I'm Father Vincent, and I came to this place 3 years ago after being ordained a priest. And when I came to this place, I was supposed to be responsible for the youth, children, and youth organizations, youth groups, and also women groups. But there is something which I discovered about students and the youth. There is a lot of students who don't go to school, and others are dropouts. And there is also, our society is still paternalistic in a way that girls are not yet emancipated. So I visited all the schools to see how the students study, how the kids are treated, and I found there is still a gap in the way we look after a girl child. Here, when a parent fails to get school fees, it is easy for him to tell a girl stop. Then the little money I have, I push the boy further in studies. So it is still a problem. And I conceived of an idea, because when I came at this parish, Rugazi, in this district, by the way, there is something you need to know. Rubirizi district, it is a special community in Uganda. People live in protected areas. There is Queen Elizabeth National Park in the west, and in the east there is a very huge natural forest called Karinzu Forest, and people live in the protected areas. So if somebody is poor and can't pay school fees for his kids, they simply go for fishing, because there are so many crater lakes. They go for, sometime back they could go to the forest for hunting, and there is little land for agriculture, but the land is very fertile because it is volcanic soils. So what I did, I wanted to take up the opportunities, because I saw so many opportunities. For example, there are the old structures there in the corner, and those structures were there. They were built by missionaries long time ago, but they were bushy and the buildings were crumbling. So I said, can't I do something with these buildings? Then I started a school. I conceived starting a school for girls, so that they can be in a conducive atmosphere. They are not disturbed, they are not tortured or seduced sexually, and they can unleash their potentials and become somebody in future. Then after conceiving the idea, I sold it to the community, and they accepted. People accepted my idea, and it was like everyone, they wanted to support me. And we started with renovation of those old structures so that the girls can have where to study, to stay. However, some structures are still funny, like our kitchen. We still cook from that old kitchen. It is a bit ramshackled, but our school is growing. If you can see the structures we are putting up to provide a home for a girl child to study and bring out all her potentials and become somebody. You know, when ladies are educated, they become good mothers. They can become good managers. It was out of blue. I don't know how it came, but it's now a reality. And now we are constructing classrooms. That one you see people roofing. It is a classroom block, and it is very wonderful. And we are constructing a dormitory where they are going to stay, because in our school here, all girls stay here. They stay here because when you accept them to go home, even young girls are supposed to work. They do heavy work. I wanted them to be off that kind of pressure, and they concentrate on studies. And that's when I started the organization, Women and Youth Empowerment. Women in this region, they are the majority, because there are so many husbands who died because of drowning in lakes due to poor methods of fishing. When they are in poaching, hunting animals in the park, some of them die there. because of wild animals, but all that is no longer legal because it is illegal now according to the government. But the women have to work, agriculture, dig, get food for the family, which is very difficult, and then pay school fees for their kids. But when I started an organization, there are some people who came in and started helping me and to pay school fees. We have over 25 girls whom we pay school fees, and we have now over 200 girls who are in this school. They are always very smart. They are happy. There is nobody who touches them. They feel good about themselves, and it is wonderful for them to study. And it gives me joy when I see them studying. Now we are in senior 3. Next year we shall be having senior 4, and if I get more money, I shall put up more structures. I can put up a kitchen. Sanitary facilities are still poor, and we don't have a dining hall. They simply get food and get in their plates and start eating. It is wonderful, but it is still a challenge. But I am going to keep on working hard to make sure we provide a very conducive atmosphere for them to study and grow as mature mothers, leaders of our continent. And I thank God that I'm helped.